Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making a recipe that's been on the Devotion website and really a Devotion family recipe since almost the beginning of time for Devotion, but we've always made it with angel food cake. It's a fabulous recipe. They are called monkey bars, and for those of you who do follow along to Devotion closely, see that I make them for my family literally weekly. It's a staple in our freezer. You can either leave them warm and eat them warm, or you can cut them into bars and eat them like frozen treats all week long. So today I'm going to be showing you how we redid this recipe with one of our brand new flavors, sweet potato pie. This flavor is so phenomenal in so many ways, but one great thing about it is it obviously bakes just like the other protein, but it has a really strong cinnamon flavor. And that's what makes this great in a lot of our recipes, like monkey bars, where cinnamon is a big flavor profile in this recipe. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is, I'll let you know that on the website, there is a recipe for just one small monkey bar. However, I have a big family and I weekly make them in these large trays. So I actually quadrupled the recipe, and that's what I do every week. So the portions may seem rather big for you, but don't forget, I'm making an entire sheet cake of the monkey bars that I cut up into the bars, so it is a larger portion than you need to bake at. But what I did was I have my oatmeal. Now I leave my oatmeal whole. I like that texture. You can ground your oatmeal, and this is 4 cups of oatmeal. I use old-fashioned oats. And then obviously the magic ingredient to this recipe is our sweet potato pie. Now on the website, it just calls for 1 scoop because it's a smaller serving, but I'm gonna do 4 scoops of the sweet potato pie. One thing that you will notice when you open any of our tubs of protein is how delicious everything smells. Any of our flex flavors as well. Everything really has a strong smell to match the flavor that you're using. Okay, so now that I have those in there, we're going to use a cup of almond milk. We are going to use a cup of applesauce, half a cup of egg whites, and then I have some vanilla extract. And now I have nut butter here. Now this is a cup of any nut butter you choose. I'm using peanut butter. However, if you want to clean up the macros and make these monkey bars have less fat in them, you can substitute a cup of the nut butter for pure pumpkin puree, and they will come out great. But we happen to like peanut butter and nut butters in my family, so this is what the original recipe does call for. And then I have some baking powder. We'll add that. And another magic ingredient that will really help the flavors of this cake pop are our monkey bread flex flavors. Now you can add as many sticks as you want, depending on how much flavor you want, but here I have about 6 sticks. And monkey bread is known for its really strong brown sugar cinnamon flavor. So I added those. And then one other ingredient that is optional, but again, my family, especially the kids and myself, I'm not even gonna lie, chocolate chips. And you can decide how many chocolate chips you want to add. It will change the macros, but that's up to you. You can add a 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, a whole cup, whatever. And you can also find sugar-free chocolate chips at most grocery stores or online. All right, and then the other thing that I will say I don't measure, but I kind of just use to taste is ground cinnamon. And I just kind of sprinkle that into the cake. You can eyeball it on our website. We do have exact amounts if you are a person who wants the exact amount. And the amounts that I use today are on the website, but like I said, this is 4 times the recipe on our website to make a large sheet cake. All right, so what I do is I use a baking spray for the pan. I coat the pan. And then I just add our mixture right to the pan. Now, years ago, before our Buttery Blend launched, I would just crush up some nuts. I'd add extra chocolate chips. I would do sliced almonds. I would sprinkle cinnamon, and I'd make a little crunchy topping for the top of these bars. That amount would depend on you as far as macros as well, because that will alter the macros. But I do like, you can bake these just like this, but I do like to add a topping. Now, in recent years, since we launched Buttery Blend, we invented a crumble topping with the Buttery Blend, and that is what I'm gonna add to this today. That is something I've been adding every week to these monkey bars. So I'll add it, but like I said, you don't have to. And we are gonna show you in the recipe how to make the crumble to add right to the top. All right, now that we've made our crumble, which by the way, I realized when I was making this recipe, I only doubled the recipe that's on the website. So we call for 2 scoops of protein. You're going to double it and use 4. So everything is actually doubled, not quadrupled, like I said. Obviously, my words are just as big as my stomach and my eyes for this stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna add the crumble topping to the top of your monkey bars. And I just spread it around. Now, while this has been all going on, my oven is preheating to 350. And that's it. Now you're gonna bake it and your house is gonna smell outrageous and everybody is gonna know that you've got something really awesome going on. Our monkey bars are out of the oven and they have been cooling on my counter for a little while now. Now, this is what I do every single week. We do eat some warm right out of the tray, and they are absolutely delicious warm. But obviously, even though we want to, we don't eat the entire tray at a sitting. So what I do every week is I cut these into portions, and then I bought these really great containers that seal very well, and I keep them in my freezer. So I cut the monkey bars into perfect little portion squares, and my kids even prefer them smaller because then they're even more bite-sized, and there they are. It tastes almost like coffee cake from when I was a kid growing up. That's how good these bars are. And I just line these bars right up in the container after they're cool. You can make the size of them even smaller. And once your container's filled up, you can just snap on the top and store it in your freezer for freezer treats all week. And they will last quite a long time if you don't even go through them in a week. So there you go.